All right, welcome. Good dawning. Are you guys seeing me in the chat? I want to make sure you guys are seeing me because I got a weird deal here where it says it wasn't working and it was able to go live, and then I got. It's been a retrograde kind of morning again. The gimbal didn't connect for a minute there. Are you guys seeing me in the chat? Can I get a hands up? A heads up, a thumbs up, something, just to make sure. Not that I'm worried. Hi, Millie. Can you see me? It says I'm live, but I'm not seeing anything moving in the chat. Good dawning, everyone. Millie, Laura, can you guys see me or hear me? I'm not getting a response in the chat. Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. When it came live, it said it was unable, and it just across the screen, and I had the spinning circle. So who knows? Welcome. I am live. I'm not Memorex. Remember back in the day? Is it live? Yeah, you can get a lot of references from the 80s and 90s from me. Is it live or is it Memorex? Or is somebody talking on there?
He said he just unlocked.
There you go. We can hear his conversation. All right, he's unlocking something. There's a guy walking by. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Bit of a Mercury retrograde dawning. As far as trying to get live, I've never seen it. It said unable to connect right across the screen, so that was weird. All right, so we got the gimbal up. That took a few minutes too. It is so weird how, I mean, honestly, you're not even trying. We've done this for like 2 months now, a month and a half. Blessed and grateful you guys are here, but we've never, except for the one time I was at the water there and the cell signal was goofy and all that. We really haven't had any issues, thankfully, but the past 2 days I forgot my microphone, which worked out, and I noticed I was just as equally as loud, so I guess I can project my voice. And then no, I haven't had an issue going live until now. It's kind of weird. Laggy a tiny, who knows anymore. I know that about now they're doing a power shut off or something. They're turning off the power in Longmont to see if they can turn it back on. So there you go. So about now they're shutting down the power grid in Longmont, at least a good portion of it, and then they will fire it back up just to see what happens. So grateful we're outside here. But welcome. Thank you for last night. If you guys were here, we've got 6 in the chat. Millie, Suzette, good dawning. Helene, Laura. With my awesome family. All right, guys. And is that Joyce back there? I missed the J. Joyce, good dawning. All right. If you notice, you guys all have wrenches here, and grateful as we're all family, and we all have, exactly. So I haven't set up a Dropbox or anything yet. I'll set something up, Google Drive or something. Thank you, Suzette. I appreciate that. I couldn't see the chat last night. So if you watched last night, it's an experiment. I have to bring up my laptop. Honestly, eventually I have to do that from my laptop where I can see the chat. But my laptop's kind of dusty and very old. My phone works better than any of my phones. My old phones work better than my laptop. So if you were there in the chat, grateful. I was not able to see the chat, but I'm grateful that it all worked out. I got to figure out how to set it up so that it attaches to the specific live stream, doesn't open up a second stream. But other than that, it worked like a champ. So sorry if you guys had to move over. We're trying to get all the bugs worked out. If you know anybody who is interested in being on Tuesday Night Live, as we're looking to shift things around on Tuesday, instead of just doing a channeling, which, who am I speaking to? There we go. On Tuesday, instead of just doing a plain old channeling, we'd like to do some things differently, or I'd like to do some things different. So if Saint Germain. So if you know anybody, or if yourself, if you have an interesting story, if there's something you do, something you want to discuss, join us. You can email me at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. And no, I did not get a chance to sorry, Millie, to pin, join my business on there as well. So if you want a live, I was going to pin that on there, but I didn't get a chance. So if you want a live, you can email me as well at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. But if you know anybody who wants to be on, one-on-one with Saint Germain on Tuesday nights, we can do whatever you do. And if you got anybody interesting or yourself, if you got a talent or just want to be on the tube, we can interview you. Saint Germain can interview you. But if Adam is watching, I am thankful to Adam for the interview last night. It was amazing. And thankful to you all for watching. And yeah, that is definitely not the last Saint Germain interview. I'm also looking to bring in a tarot card reader to do like pull cards for the group and whatnot once a week as well. So we'll see what happens here, and we'll take it from there. But if you guys have any suggestions for this Tuesday other than just channeling, throw them at me. If you know anybody on YouTube who might be interested, or if you are, send them to my way. Yes, we're doing 101s right after. We're doing a 101 right after this. The first was 3.5 hours long. Yeah, it was. Generally, that's not how I go. But if I'm not doing anything and I'm open, then I don't mind at all, and it's great. But yes. And I appreciate that, Suzette, because that helped me as many million different ways to learn how to channel in a longer way. So I'm channeling like 3.5 hours long in channel. I mean, at that point at night, I'm a bit of a different channel at night, because at night I can, in the dark, different energies, but I can also walk around. I do. I'll can eat pizza. I had a slice of pizza while I was channeling once, and all kinds of goofiness. So yeah, and then we're gonna do a follow up. So if you get a session with Saint Germain, it does include a follow up there, and we're pretty liberal here, but to an extent. All right, so we're gonna do some cord cutting today. Work with some energetics. If there's anything that you want to cut cord wise, I'm going to say today we're going to cut frustrations from the Mercury. You read Tarot and Oracle, Laura. You want to be on Tuesday night? Seriously, we could have Laura on Tuesday night as family, and throw some cards. Do some Oracle cards for the group. If you want to, Tara, you can say in the chat, or if you want to think about it, that would be blessed. I used to read Tara years ago. It was pretty good. I love how you say rusty. There's a comment that you made, Henny, that really stuck with my energies here. It said, I'm getting rid of the old rusty energies, and then that was just fantastic, and it kind of stuck with me. So now I actually tell people that in some cases, like, how are you doing? Well, I'm getting out the rust. And oh, awesome. All right, so Tuesday night, Laura is on. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you, Laura. Bless. All right, Tuesday night is now Tuesday night with Laura. We're going to throw some cards, do some Oracle cards, do a bit of a Saint Germain interview with Laura. And yeah, this is awesome. So fantastic. Drop me an email, Laura, if you can, at Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. It's all over. You get the email. And then we'll take it from there. We'll do it by Zoom. The reason why I was rectangled on Zoom and Adam was wided out because he was on his laptop and I was on my phone. So the aspect ratio on the phone doesn't blow it out. But yeah, thank you, Laura. That's awesome. So we'll have Laura. We'll have a family member actually give cards there. And I saw the pictures, guys, from the. If you are watching this in the rewind, you're like, what? Or replay, and you're like, what the hell is he talking about here? Adam from the Bernstein from the Medium channel last night, who gave the interview, we interviewed, had a retreat over the weekend, and there's pictures of that retreat. There's a few on his community page, Adam Bernstein's community page. And yeah, this is going to be awesome. And so if you want to see who we're talking about here, Laura, or Yancy, you won't know which specifically you're looking at, but nonetheless, you could see group photos from the retreat that Adam Bernstein put up in New York, on his page, on Adam's YouTube page. There we go. And the Medium channel, at the Medium channel. So we're going to cut some cords again today. I'm going to say today we cut and we put up energetic blocks to Mercury retrograde. So we're going to cut anything regarding Mercury retrograde. If you have anything else you want to cut, throw it in the chat. But for myself, I've already had enough Mercury retrograde to last a lifetime. And I'm done. I'm done already. I was trying to edit a title card for like a YouTube splash card for one of my videos, and that didn't work out. And I think I lost the card. I don't know. It's just been retro-y. So Rust never sleep. Yes, this is true. Rust never does sleep, and I love Neil Young. I saw him live once, and it was a great show. A little too political for my tastes, but that's Neil Young, nonetheless. So there we go. I guess his music is back on Spotify, and we'll leave it at that. Gotta love Neil Young. So there we go. So we're gonna cut some cords then. I was half hidden. Yes, you were. There's two of you who are half hidden. And the back on the left, you could barely like make out anything. You could see like an eye blast. But yeah, but it looked like it was a great time. So we're gonna go ahead and I had thoughts next year, not now, of course. It's too early, and you have only a 6-week 6 to 8 week window, maybe 8 to 10 week window at the most, to do any sort of camping in Colorado unless you want to freeze your ass off. But maybe next year, assuming I'm here, we'll do a Colorado camping retreat. I've already kind of got ideas here. It wouldn't cost very much except for you to get here. So, and you have your equipment. But so next year I'll have to visit you and Jared. With no guarantees Jared's going to be in Colorado. If you look at Jared's last post, it seems like he's going off into the wild blue yonder. I spent a year, and I'll state it this way, and I don't know what Jared's doing, but I personally spent the entire year of, and there'll be more. I'll make a video on just like the stories about me or something. But I spent most of the entire year of 2001, a good chunk of it hitchhiking around the United States with no money, a tent, a backpack, and a sleeping bag. So, yeah, and on 9/10, I was leaning up against a 50-story building in downtown Chicago, if that tells you anything. Grateful. But yeah, 9/10/2001. So yeah. So I suspect, but I don't know, but I'm not in communication with him so much. But I would imagine Jared's out doing the walk or his walk. But either way, he posted a short. He's in New York and just letting his universe flow. So yeah, that's awesome. If he does make it out here, Yanksy, of course, but you can come out anyways. But if he wants to come out to Colorado, I'll be your awesome tour guide. Suzette, my friend and I met him outside tour bus. Who did you meet outside the tour bus? I saw him live in 70. Who did you meet outside the tour bus? Neil Young. Oh, you must have met Neil Young. Wow, that's cool. I've met Mick Fleetwood and John McVie and Dave Mason. They were all standing in a gift shop in a hotel. That was fun. Mick Fleetwood and Dave Mason are really nice. John McVie was cool too, but most of Fleetwood was like Fleetwood Mac Plus. But the ladies weren't there. But meeting Neil Young had to be absolutely stunningly amazing. Awesome. All right, so we're going to cut some chords. So from your end here, and we appreciate if you're hearing us ramble here. That's kind of what we do as well. This is kind of an inversion of the Sunday morning from Adam's channel. But we do this daily, where we just kind of do tarot. He does tarot and such. But it's a chill session. We just kind of chat and talk and what have you. So yeah, from here, we're going to cut some chords. So from your end, I'm going to use the Mercury retrograde. You hear a hawk. It's possible. Are you hearing? I do hear it. It's down there. I just heard that. Thank you. So let's cut some chords. If there's anything in the Mercury retrograde that's been driving you nuts, it's already been going on for 2 days, plus the shadow period. So if you're having technical issues or if you want to block, you can also do, when you're cutting energetic chords, we can also do intentional blocks. We're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to do an intentional wall of energy block against the negatives from Mercury retrograde. Saint Germain talks about music and movies. Yes, he does. Saint Germain, whoever channels, whatever channeler you are, like if you're me or Adamus Saint Germain or Tara Arnold, or if you're watching like Abraham Hicks, like Adam said it yesterday, and it's true. The channel required the channeler for his words. So when Adam was like, couldn't find his words, Saint Germain is using my words. He's pushing through me, but it's him, but it's me, but it's him. And Adam had a perfect yesterday. Adam couldn't come up with the right word. So it's like, this channel relies on Adam, or this, for the words. And so, yeah, so just keep all that kind of in mind there. When we're channeling here, it's flowing through us. And so it's actually, you're going to hear music and movies and such. It's going to be references that I would know. And Saint Germain is going to kind of use that and tap through it. It's a weird deal. For those of you if you've never channeled, it's hard as hell to explain where I end up and where the channeling begins versus where I am. And, Adam said that at the retreat. Good. Because it's true, and it's hard from a channeler's standpoint when you're channeling, and I can't come up with the right word, I'll switch it in my head. But it's like, is that me or is that Saint? But it's Saint Germain, but he's using my vocabulary. And it's really hard to explain that, because then you get into, really, are you channeling? But no, it's Saint Germain. And if you listen to me versus any of the other Saint Germains, it's an absolute. Especially if you go back to Tara Arnold, since YouTube put that oldest tab on top, go to her oldest videos. She's sitting by a lake doing generally exactly the same thing we're doing. She's not doing it live or anything. I don't know if she was. But her early videos mirror what Saint Germain has me doing now. Sitting by a lake, sitting by a lake, which we can spin around. There's a lake. Ooh, there's the lake. So we're sitting by the lake, and she did the same thing for a couple of years. And so I don't know, but we do what we do, and Saint Germain does what he does. So we're gonna cut cords. We can reset the gimbal there. All right, so let's cut some cords. It's weird because if you push to the right, it moves to the left. It moves to the right. It's counterintuitive. All right, so we're gonna cut cords, holding off and putting up energetic blocks. Saint Germain is coming through saying that you can also put up energetic blocks. If you don't want to deal with the Mercury retrograde, we can put up an energetic wall to block it, to try to push away, not repel, block, or just state we don't want in our field the negative effects of the Mercury retrograde. It's not to say that things may or may not happen, but if you truly, it's like the energetics of the pyramid that's still around you. If you are watching us or have been for the past 2 weeks, Isis 2 weeks ago dropped a energetic pyramid around everybody. And so if you are watching this channel, again, you only see 1% of the lesson, 1% of the light spectrum for a reason. If Isis is offering to drop a energetic pyramid around all of our viewers, and the new ones as well, you are welcome to your pyramid. Hey there, doggy. Here's a doggy walking by. Then it's there. You can't see it, but it's part of the light spectrum. But you can't see it because you're only seeing 1% of the visual light spectrum. But if you saw every healing that everybody did, or I put you in a golden bubble of light, when you say that to somebody, well, you can't see it, but we're going to say it just might be there. But if you put everyone in golden bubbles of light and say you're going to say that with everyone would be too much. So that's why you only see that. So let's put up an energetic block, and you can also cut any cords to anything that's frustrating you during the retrograde. But we're going to put up an energetic wall. So what you want to do is imagine yourself bricking a wall. Imagine yourself bricking up a wall in front of you, if this is going to make sense, to the energetics of Mercury retrograde. So we're going to drop a sign that says Mercury retrograde. Imagine that. And we're going to put a brick wall in front of it. There's the brick wall, and the sign that says Mercury retrograde in my mind is behind it. So I'm putting the energies, I'm blocking. It's all symbolic, but it's symbolism in your universe. Again, this is all energetics, and you're creating it. You are your own toroidal field, and the toroidal field can do way more than you think you can do. Just ask Yeshua, but that's another story. Yeshua understood the power of his toroidal field. So from your end, then, let's do two things. If there's anything you want to scrub or remove, erase from your field regarding the Mercury retrograde, or frustrations in technology or otherwise. Maybe frustrations in communication, because that's what happens during retrograde too. We can do that. And then we're going to also put up a brick wall. We're not blocking ourselves. We're blocking the negative energies from Mercury retrograde. So close your eyes. We're going to close our eyes. Take a deep breath. It's about moving energetics. And you can do this with other things as well, and we'll explain. So we're going to imagine yourself building a brick wall. There's a brick. On the other side of that brick wall is the energetics of Mercury retrograde. We are trying to, you can't get rid of it, but you can, again, it's all energetics. You can put a barrier between yourself and the energies that are flowing around of Mercury retrograde. So we'll put up that brick wall. So just lay your bricks. As you see it, the other side of the wall would be Mercury retrograde. So you're looking at a brick wall. We're going to keep that wall in place because on the other side of that is all the crazy ass energies from Mercury retrograde that we're not trying to, you can't block, we're not wanting to flow with. We're wanting to say no. We love you, Mercury retrograde, but we're going to wall you off. Now we're going to cut some cords. I'm going to cut cords from forgetting my microphone. Scrub some cords. All right, we're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. Now, you can use that brick wall for anything. If you're going into a situation that's going to have negative energetics, or if you want to wall yourself off energetically, say you're going into a situation that you know you have to go into that's going to be heavy energetically. All right, aside from Isis putting out the pyramid, I'm going to drop a brick wall around myself. You can do that energetically speaking. Your energetics will reflect the brick wall that you feel is around you. You will be a heavier energy. You'll be more confined. You'll be more pushed into yourself. You might refrain from saying so much. You might not be putting out as many energetic tendrils, so to speak. Your attachment to other people might be less, or you might not even care and not attach at all. When you're meeting new people, it just might fall off and you forget their name. Whatever it is for you. But that is, all these things work if you work it. That's how it's all about energetics. Everything in this universe, from the car I'm driving to this gimbal, this DJI gimbal, to my cell phone, all had to start in somebody's head as an energy, as a, this is a good idea. And then it turned it, and then you have to move with it, but it had to start with some sort of energy. Everything starts that way. Even a seed, because you have to energy to grow. All right, so we're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, do a quick channeling here. All right, if you've not seen me channel, I'm sure at this point most of you watching, if you're coming across this new on YouTube, I'm a conscious, semi-conscious channeler. At night, I'm a different channeler than during the day because I can walk around and stuff. But at the park, I'm semi-conscious. I can open my eyes. I'll take off my glasses here and there just to show that my eyes are open. But I count down from 0 or 1 to 5, or 5 to 0, I should say, to center myself, kind of like bringing myself into a trance. I don't absolutely have to do that. And if you watch others, there's all kinds of... Everyone has their own technique and their own way. The newer channelers, as things progress light-wise on this planet, what I've noticed is people who are beginning to channel now, myself, there's a few out there in this chat might be channelers in the future. I know one specifically. A lot of the old school stuff that people had to do, they don't have to do now to get into channeling, because the energetics are different. And so for myself, it's just a matter of going, all right, welcome, good dawning. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we are channeling through Josh for you, to you. We say that every dawning. We say the same thing, so you know it is Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, mostly Saint Germain, channeling through Josh for you. And we are grateful that you are here. And if you watched the live last night, we are absolutely grateful as well. We are going to have we are thankful to Adam. We must say that first. Adam from the Medium channel, Adam Bernstein. If you are not watching Adam Bernstein, that is up to you. You watch whatever you choose. But we recommend that you start on a Sunday morning or tomorrow night on Thursday. He's going to do a session where he is going to talk about the 8-8 pattern. We're going to talk about energetics in the Lion's Gate pattern. He's going to channel Sekhmet. And if you are familiar with who Sekhmet is, you had it last night, the kind of energies. So you can, just like Josh is working with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, he also works with Sekhmet, not too much, but when he is in that space where he is needing something, or he is in a lower value, he will go, and pull in that Sekhmet energy, and it lifts you up. You could try it yourself. There's lots of people who you could work with, like Isis, for example, or Sekhmet. If you want, or you could work with Saint Germain or Archangel Raphael. There's lots of ascended masters and guides and what's not that you have available to you outside of myself, Saint Germain. But of course, we are always with you. If you're watching this channeling, then there is a resonance of Saint Germain's energy sitting right with you right now. You could reach out to it, you could see it, you could feel it and touch it if you connect with the energy, but you would have to slow down to do that first. We like to say slow down. We don't know, it's just funny to say it that way. But nonetheless, we are grateful for Adam and the energies that he had provided last night and the interview. And if your universe, if you are sitting there wondering, where am I going to be in my universe? Look at the interview from Adam. He had gone from being in jail to cooking in a kitchen or washing dishes, whatever you do in a kitchen in Florida. Now he's sitting in the Medium channel in New York, and he had hosted an event. So if you think your universe, if you are stuck in your menial job or your whatever, no job is menial, but you understand what you're saying. You're not living your dharma. You did not get put on earth to scrub dishes all day long. Like Adam did not. He was not meant to scrub his dishes for the rest of his universe. What's in your universe? And this is maybe where we are going today. Are you doing that you can release and allow for larger energetics in your universe? And remember, we had talked about this before. You create the energetics of your universe, correct? We had talked about that when you're going into the Taco Bell. This is a larger version of creating the energetics of your universe. In stating that, do you feel trapped in your universe? You're going into Taco Bell, do you feel trapped by only having $10? Do you feel trapped if you have a menial job? It's not menial. All jobs are important. If you do not sweep the floor at the 7-Eleven and mop the floor, somebody could slip and break their ass. So there you go. Or you would be stepping in all kinds of sticky crap from all these squishies or slushies, not squishies, that would be in The Simpsons, but all these slushies and such that have spilt on the floor. So all jobs are important. And if you are at a 7-Eleven in Florida, you might see cockroaches and ants. If there's squishies or Slurpees spilt on the floor. We are making Josh laugh. But nonetheless, it is all about energetics. Are you looking into your universe and feeling like you are depressed because you only have the $10 at Taco Bell? Are you seeing that the job that you have may not be the greatest job that you want? Can you see the energetics? Can you see how if you let go into your universe, just like Adam last night in the Tuesday Night Live or the Saint Germain interviews, which I think that's what they're going to be now. And we will have Laura. If you did not watch the chat there, Laura will be the next up to bat on Tuesday night. We are going to have Laura live. So Laura will email Josh at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. So we will get her email and we'll send her links. She is going to do cards and all kinds of stuff. And who knows, we need a card reader on this channel. So we do cards once a week is what we are looking to do. So we want to help you throwing cards. There is a difference. If you watch tarot card readings, if you are watching tarot card readings on YouTube, if you watch one or two that grab your heart, awesome. We can deliver you messages through those tarot card readings. If you watch 15, we cannot deliver you tarot card messages, messages through those tarot card readings because that's 15 tarot cards. It's too much. You are not trusting your universe. So we are going to state that. If you are we are grateful for Lara to come in and be the tarot card reader. But in general, we don't want you watching a lot of tarot. We want 1 or 2 tarot readers a day, maybe 3 if you have something good. But realize those are going to use those as your messages for the universe to come through. If you watch like 15, then we can't tell our message. But if you watch 1 tarot card reading, we could compact everything we need into it for you, and you could get a good message. And we are hoping that Laura, we are guessing and expecting that Laura is going to put out an amazing message for the group with her tarot reading. But we are going back to the energetics. So in your universe, with your energetics, are you the mopper of the floor at the 7-Eleven? If you are you holding yourself back? Are you sitting there going, I am just the mopper of the floor. I am a janitor. So this is my universe. I sweep floors, I mop floors, I wash windows. This is as good as I am. Are you conflating your job, whatever it is in the 3D universe, to keep the earth moving, so to speak, the grander source field alive? Are you conflating your job with who you are, for example? You conflate a lot of energetics. You might get into your car. If your car is dirty or old, or maybe is mechanically inclined, it needs something fixed. Maybe your air conditioner doesn't work or your heater doesn't work. Do you conflate the fact that you have a not so perfect car with your personal energies? This is important because you will get into your car and go, I have a jalopy. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you feel you have a jalopy, are you feeling then that jalopy energy is you? This is very important. And we have learned yesterday watching the video that Saint Germain can be fully energetic. We push a lot of energy through Josh. So Saint Germain has turned down the dial. If you have noticed, Josh is not going to be as crazy anymore. We are learning to, because we are pushing so much energy through him, he is going like this. And he has to react to the amount of energy that Saint Germain is flowing through him. He's not catching it in packets of information. He's not going like, and then releasing and saying. So we can do it in that manner, like, here's your channeling. Boom, 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 boom. So here is the information. Here you go. Here is what we are doing. Here is flowing in the channel. So we had to turn down the dial. So you don't see so much animated Josh. So craziness and the message, he's not speaking at a mile a minute, so to speak. So when you are waking up and going to your job at the 7-Eleven or whatever convenience store, maybe you work at we like to say this, the Wawa. Ha ha, Wawa. But you go to the Wawa and you have funny names for your stores, but then you sweep the floor all day. Are you feeling low in your universe? Are you conflating? Are you mixing the fact that your job, whatever it is that you are doing to create money energetics in your universe, whatever you are doing in the grander source field to create a life, so to speak, are you seeing that job as who you are? Meaning, if you are sweeping the floor, are you feeling like the floor sweepings? Are you in understanding? Are you feeling lower than low because you are sweeping the floor? This is what you are doing. This is where your universe puts you, or you put yourself. A lot of y'all complaining about your jobs is This is why you got hired. So you stopped moving yourself forward. You said, this is good enough. Are you in a this is good enough position? For Josh, he could be that at the crystal shop. He's not making a fortune. A few things he wants to do behind the scenes before he moves out of the crystal shop, per se. But you sit there for a moment. Your universe, keep this in mind as well, may put you somewhere that you would not normally go, like the crystal shop. Josh is not making anything like he used to make, but he's at the crystal shop for a reason. Are you sweeping the floors for a reason? Maybe you went from $40 an hour and now you're making $14 an hour sweeping the floor at 7-Eleven. We cannot say why. But maybe our universe has a reason for that as well. What we are getting at is do not conflate where you are in your universe. If you are working at 7-Eleven sweeping the floor, or Wawa, wherever you are doing in your universe, standing in the crystal shop that doesn't get a lot of foot traffic, you are, for Adam, washing dishes in a restaurant, cooking in a restaurant in Florida. You are just doing a job and just existing, so to speak. You are getting money to survive. There you go. You are not moving anywhere. You're moving forward. You are just in a circular state, collecting your money, paying your rent, and moving in a circle, so to speak. If you are in that state, can you release? Can you not feel that that state is you? We conflate our outside experiences, our jalopies. My ceiling is leaking in my apartment, for example. For Josh, that would be hard. He's on the 3rd floor, but you are getting the idea. If you're in a basement apartment and the pipes are running through and all of a sudden a pipe breaks, are you then going, oh, my universe sucks. I suck. This pipe broke in my apartment. Everything is going wrong. Or can you just see it as sometimes things happen and a pipe broke in your apartment? These are important things. It goes back to exactly what we were saying before the Mercury retrograde video yesterday. You control the energetic feelings in your universe. You can stand there sweeping the floor at 7-Eleven, horrifically depressed, not happy in your universe, and looking for a way out. Or you could be sweeping the floor, grateful that you have a job, knowing that, yes, it is not what you want to do, but it is a step towards where you want to be, maybe. Or maybe you can see it, if you are not happy where you're at, maybe you can see it as you are there. Oh, Josh has something in his mouth. You are there to help others not to slip and fall. You are creating these energetics. If you are saying my life sucks and I'm going into work and I have to go sweep the floor now, and this sucks, then your universe will suck, and we are going to deliver you more suck, because you are going to see it from an energetic standpoint of suck. Yes, we have totally turned down the dial on Josh, if you can tell. So what we are getting at is when you are applying for work, for example, and you see this job or that job, and you are like, this is beneath me, or this isn't good enough, or whatever. If you are just randomly applying for jobs, you will get a job. If you are looking for the greatest job, you may not find it right away. But if you end up with a job that is not, the geese are saying hello. So if you are getting a job that is not the greatest job for you, like Josh, when he went into the crystal shop. No, this is not like the job when he had working at Fidelity, fixing 401ks with broken interest and stuff, where he was doing spreadsheets and working, doing crazy stuff. This is just standing in a crystal shop. There's a big difference in a job like that versus standing in a crystal shop. Yes, but nonetheless, are you shifting in the energetics of that? Josh is not sitting there going, oh, I did a lot more in my universe. I used to fix 401ks and put in last interest, and I had to do math formulas and all kinds of craziness. Now we are just standing in a crystal shop. And of course, you were making way more working for Fidelity, fixing broken 401ks than we were. But he is not there now. The job moved from Cincinnati to Dallas, and he did not go to Dallas, Texas. So there you go. You would probably not see Saint Germain sitting here right now, per se. If he had moved to Dallas, Texas, his whole universe would have shifted into another direction, so to speak. But nonetheless, so you get a different job. Once you do not conflate where you were with where you are as well. Sometimes we put you put yourself, either way you want to look at it, into positions in your universe that might be not as good, you would say, as your previous universe's position. Like the job Josh had at Fidelity is not anywhere as is the job he has now at the crystal shop, is not anywhere as good as the job he had at Fidelity, where he had all these amazing benefits and he could work overtime and he was making, well into the 20s an hour, and he was respected and getting thanks, getting emails from people saying, thank you for fixing my 401k. You put in all my last interest, and now I can go retire, or whatever it is. Because even Fidelity will take a 401k, put it in the wrong stocks or the wrong mutual fund, or they will forget to deposit the money. There was accounts there where 15 years worth of interest had to be calculated. So they had nothing put in. But how can you wait 15 years and not notice that time? No, Saint Germain has no idea. But that's not for Saint Germain to know. Nonetheless, in your universe, then, if you get a lower job, do you feel like a lower person? We do not want you to conflate where you are at working-wise or what you see in your jalopy car, if you have a jalopy car, with who you are in your universe. This is very important. Do not take that and feel, I am worthless, or I am depressed, or I am a worthless human being because I have a junky car and a garbage job, so to speak. All jobs are important. If you are sweeping the floor at 7-Eleven, again, you are stopping someone from slipping and falling or stepping into sticky stuff from the squishy on the floor, the slurpee that has spilled on the floor. So there you go. It's just part of everything you do is going to be about the energetics that you set up for yourself first. When you are walking into that Taco Bell, for example, we can see with our eyes open here. So if you are walking into that Taco Bell, too bright, you are walking in, are you upset that you have $10? If you're walking into your job at Wawa and you have to sweep and mop the floor, are you conflating that as I am low, I am worthless, I have no value, or I am a loser because all I am doing is working at Wawa? Also keep in mind, if you got that job at Wawa and you stopped looking for work, then that's on you. You settled for that job at Wawa. You may take it, but did you start continuing to look for work? Are you sitting in Wawa then complaining about sweeping and mopping Wawa's floor? These are questions you have to ask in your universe. Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael cannot answer those questions for you. We are not amping up the speed, so you will not see Josh going in dovish crazy modes anymore. We have dialed down the amount of energy. We are pushing through Josh, and I think we are at a better space. If you think this is better, he will open his eyes. Put a thumbs up in the chat. We are trying to find an energy. Think of Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael up here, turning up the gain. Or turning down the gain. Turning up the gain, or turning down the gain. On the volume of Josh, so to speak. We can control that by the amount of energies we are whoosh, wafting through. He was taking all that crazy energy and using it, so we were giving him all that energy. We are smoothing it out now so that we have a more normal channel. We do not need to have Josh look like we are playing at 1.50 speed on YouTube or something. And we understood that. After watching it last night, we understand that Josh looked like he was playing in fast forward mode, and it's a little dovishy in the energetics. It's too fast. So we are slowing down how much energy is going into Josh. But in your universe, when you get up in your dawning and you go to work, if you go to work, or you are hanging out with your friends, or you are just standing in your apartment, maybe you are comparing yourself to the Joneses, so to speak, and you're like, my apartment sucks, but the neighbor's is so much better than my apartment. Stop comparing yourself. You are where you are at. You created your universe, first off. So accept that. If you're not happy with your job, accept the fact that in a form or fashion, you created it. The energetics of you brought it out of the ether to you. Where you are in work, in a lot of ways, is going to match, well, of course, it's going to match your skills, hopefully. But it's also going to match how you see yourself energetically. What you drive, your jalopy or not. Could be partially financially, but as well, it's how you take care of your car, for example. It could not be a jalopy, maybe it's a Mercedes, but it looks like a jalopy. How you take care of your car is based on the energetics of you. So if you don't take care of your car, are you taking care of yourself? Everything in your universe, all your energetics are a mirror of every other energetic. We're going to repeat that. All of the energies in your universe are your personal energetics. Are mirrors of all the other energetics in your universe. You feel low, you feel like a piece of garbage. You will think your job is a piece of garbage, and what you do is a piece of garbage. You will think your car is a jalopy. I am worthless, so my car is garbage. I have a junk car. You could have a great car, but you may not see that or feel that. You will think that your house is not the best, or you have to be grateful for what you have because you are playing off those energies. You want to change your universe. It's real simple. To change your universe, change your energy. Your focus. See how you personally, watching this video, are creating the energetics of your universe. How you feel about it. My life sucks. My life is great. Taco Bell, $10? Yes. $10? No. Crap. You are making that up to you in you. Going to work to sweep the floor. Yes, it is a start. I will sweep bigger floors in the future. There's bigger and better ass stuff for me. I am going to sweep the floors. This sucks. Wawa sucks and my universe sucks. And I have to get to my garbage car and drive there. You can see that, you can do that, and you can create that. Or you can allow for what is realizing that, hey, you stopped at Wawa when you got the job and did not move forward. You want to sit at Wawa and use that to ground into a better job. Notice in your energetics, in your universe, money comes to those who have money. You're already in the attraction of. If you have a job, if you just get a brand new job, there's no better time in your universe to start looking for the next job. Sounds crazy. But if you are not that happy to be at Wawa or at 7-Eleven sweeping and mopping the floor, making $16 or $14 an hour, then once you get that job, you are already having energetics of jobs are flowing into me. If you take the job, you are not blocking anything. You are just going, okay, I need to start bringing in money. I will take this job. But if you put a pause to it and go, okay, I'll take this job, but I'm going to keep looking. The flow is already coming in. I'm opening to more flow. You might find an even better job. Are you getting all of this? We're going to wrap this up into a more cohesive sentence here. The energetics of your universe are based on how you see it. You can see it as negative or you can see it as positive. If you see it, even if your universe isn't where you want, and your apartment may suck, or your car might be a jalopy, or you are sweeping and mopping floors at the Wawa, the 7-Eleven, can you see in your universe that it is still good? You are not beating on a rock to wash your clothes. You are not going to the river to get water. You are not using cow dung to heat your rock pile and sticks to fry something on the ground while you're cooking, like they do, like you could have in like India or something. Rural India, of course. But you are getting the idea. It's all about how you choose to see your universe. If you can be grateful for your 500 square foot studio apartment, you open up the energetics, then you're not complaining about it. If you aren't complaining about it, you get less. If you are open up to the energetics of it, you get more. So keep that in mind. Your 500 square foot apartment, your next one could be 1,000 square foot. Because if you are grateful for it, you are telling your universe that you are open for more change. If you are grateful for sweeping the floors at Wawa, then you are open for more change. It's about the energetics, what you are feeling and how you are interpreting it. Just think of it this way. It's the broke man standing in concentration camp at Buchenwald, at wherever, during World War II. And they are standing there, but they are still happy. It's about how you see your energetics. Yes, they may know they are going to die, but even at that, they are still happy because they know that they are in control of how they see their universe. You want to dervish off based on your traumas and live off your traumas or fears or lacks, you can do that. Saint Germain is not going to stop you from doing that. We would never stop you. But you have the choice. If you see our universe as terrible or depressive, it is your job then to see why you are seeing it that way, to ground into it and to stop and say, why am I working at the Wawa? Well, I had no job for 6 months. Now I'm working at the Wawa. I went from nothing to $16 an hour. It's better than nothing. Can you see that in your universe and say, all right, a step up? Grab that energy and move it to pull yourself up to the next rung on the ladder. Or you beat yourself up and drop down to the lower rung on the ladder. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. Are you understanding that in your universe, the greater how you want to frame it of your world, the overall energetics are up to you. It can suck. I have to go to work at 7-Eleven in my garbage car, and it's garbage. Hey, it's a step up. I got a job. I didn't have one before. Who knows? We are going to keep applying at other places and use that energy to propel myself forward. You create all this. You can sit there and swim in it, or you can, like in circles, or you can do the breaststroke and get yourself out of it. Releasing transmission. There we go. Thank you. All right, 44 minutes and 39 seconds. Thank you all. I appreciate that. So what I got out of that, I don't remember all of the channeling when I channel, but I get the general gist. And it's you create your energetics. So if you're standing there at 7-Eleven unhappy about your job, that's on you. You can be grateful for the job and realize you have that choice. It's when you get it. Here's an example. When you're driving with somebody, you can be the side seat driver, right? You can like, oh my God, you're gonna crash. Or if you don't say anything, they're not gonna crash. It's your fear. So you don't say anything and you just let it go. You shifted the energetics. You can sit there and tell them, you didn't make this right turn. You're not doing this correctly. Ooh, slam on the brakes. No matter what, you're going to get there nonetheless. If you don't say anything, you're still going to get there. It's a matter of the energetics you want to create. So like when I go to the crystal shop, it's not there's like a $10 plus gap between the pay I'm making at the crystal shop and when I was fixing 401ks at Fidelity. But before that, I had no job. So I'm grateful to have the job at the crystal shop and I'm seeing it as an energetic way to step up. It's all in how you want to see your universe. So keep that in mind when you hit the Taco Bell there and you got $10 in your pocket. Gratitude or attitude, it's really up to you. The more you can see it as thankfulness, the more you open up the energies, again, to let in more. If you see it as you're upset or it's not enough, you're going to create more upset and not enough. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. It's all about your energetics. Can you ground into that? Can you be conscious enough to freeze your universe to see what energies am I carrying in? And if you're bringing low energies, this sucks, this isn't, I'm stuck at this restaurant and it seems low vibration and this sucks. At least I'm at a restaurant. Can you ground in gratitude? I have food in front of me, whether it's organic or not. And just realize that's where a lot of this comes from, is gratitude. Realize, okay, I am where I'm at and I could be somewhere totally different. There we go. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'd rather be at the crystal shop than digging ditches, for example. I applied for a job digging holes or something to that effect. We're doing landscaping. There we go. I get in real good shape, but you find gratitude wherever you choose, but you create the energetics of your universe. Is your car a jalopy or is it awesome? If you see your car as awesome, then the universe is going to get you a more awesome car. If you see it as a jalopy and you're pissed to drive it, favor to you. We'll give you a beat up bike in a dirt road in Africa. There you go. So it's exactly adapt an attitude of gratitude. You have the focus. It's hard to you can feel it. It's like you have that focus on how you want to see it. Play your record backwards or play it forward, so to speak. It's really up to you. I love you guys. It's amazing when I sit there in the morning or in the dawning at home and I'm like, I have no idea what we're gonna say, and well over 100 hours later, we've not failed. Not in a million years are we failed. Crystals are more in your spiritual field and the physical field, so that makes sense. It does. It's also, you're right, Millie, and I'm going to state this. That's a really good segue here. I'm not going to take this too much longer here. But you are absolutely right in the fact, Millie, that if you ground into yourself, you're going to find that, yes, I may not be, look at your universe. You generally speaking, even if you're not where you want to be, it's where your talents still might lie, your interests might lie. Like Millie said, right? I may not be making $1 million. I may not even be at this isn't my future or anything, but I am energetically tied to being at the crystal shop. It works well. And so if I can see it that way and not be like, oh man, I'm just at a crystal shop, this sucks. But I'm at a crystal shop and I guess they want me to vibrate at a higher density, more vibration, whatever it is. Then, faster vibration, because I'm standing in a crystal shop. It helps to access that. So you could see it that way too. Or maybe you're at 7-Eleven and it's like, you never know who's going to walk through the door as you're sweeping. It's all about energetics. Everything. I love you guys. All right. Stay awesome. Laura, send me an email. Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. Blessed. Next Tuesday, then we'll have Laura, and a picture would be blessed as well. So I can put you on the card, on the title card there. But if you want, but that would be blessed. All right, guys, I appreciate you all so much, and anybody watching this long in the replay, thank you. I don't know if anybody ever gets that far in the replay, to be honest. I watch everything through if I know the YouTuber and want to, because it helps their demographics. I'll leave it at that. So if you're watching a YouTuber and it's got like 2 minutes left on the video and you're like, I'm done, and you're like washing dishes or something, let it play out, because that makes a humongous difference to their demographics, to what the algorithm sees and everything else. You may not agree. If you don't agree with the message, we're never saying to watch something that's against your light. But if you like the message and you're like, okay, I got the message next, and you appreciate the video, this is just from a YouTuber to the general audience here. Let it play out. What it does to the algorithm is beyond helpful and grateful. Thank you all. I sent you an email. Hopefully you get it. Okay, blessed. If not, we'll talk tomorrow in the dawning, and we'll get it fixed. We got a week. But otherwise, or in Adam's chat too. Otherwise, I will see you in the dawning tomorrow, and of course tomorrow being the Lionsgate portal. So tomorrow we might channel some Sekhmet energy, that kind of energy. That's all I get when I think of Sekhmet. It's not really a channeling as much as a forward, like that, kind of push energy forward, and it's strong too. I love you guys, and thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next. Stay awesome, stay beautiful.